I just got back from the Ohio Mini4WD Grand Prix. Look at that track, 220 meters. Even the box stock cars are going fast here. So it's going to be very, very challenging, formidable, challenging, competitive racers here at Ohio Mini4WD Racing. Here are the entries for box stock. I'm not in here because they made a rule that said that stock and open class cars, you can't race in box stock. Here is the second place winner.
Mock frame red,
yes.
Micro scale racing. We're gonna do something here. Keep it on the track.
Great work.
Go to the finals in LA. Got that ticket? Yeah, good job.
I'm here with Whitney from Buckeye Mini4WD Racing. Yes, and this is a group that has about 15 people in it, 15 racers. And yeah, small but mighty. This lady here won gold, first place champion in box stock. Very, very cool. Congratulations.
Thank you so very much.
Oh, you're welcome.
I'm very happy about
Cool,
it.
yeah, and they've got some really good racers here competing, and yeah, in fact, a lot of people here are really formidable racers. So yeah, they've learned a lot of stuff, and they basically like applied their knowledge appropriately. Very, very cool. Look at this, all these two-class cars. A lot more than originally thought. Yeah, very cool. Wait, am I in one?
I thought you got called first, right?
Oh.
Yeah, you got called first.
Okay. Cool. Go.
By your foot, Albert. Be careful.
Sorry. Lane.
Clare, you're in lane 2.
should have been. Yeah. That's how my car should have run all 3 rounds. Oh well. Oh God, it's going too fast. Slow down. Slow down, slow down, slow down. Slow down.
Let's go. Go. Hey. Ooh, bobble, made it. Oh, I didn't! Damn! Yep. Bobble just enough. Good run. Heck yeah, nice one. Yeah, is your wrist Thank you.
Something to be said about consistency with battery power too. Your car has to have enough battery power to be able to make it up that ramp on the end, far end, but also it shouldn't be so much battery power that you can't traverse that camelback over there. So you have to have the right amount of battery power to traverse this course. Here we go to the finals. Orange car is pretty fast. So, as you see, the fastest car doesn't always win. You have to be fast and stable.
But we won the prize. We got the formula in.
Congratulations, that's a really nice car.
I tell you what. Oh, we didn't race it today.
I think this one here, I think it's running a light dash in it.
Whoa! That's what I was originally going to do. That's smart, very smart.
Beat me by a meter. There's something about the orange bar.
Light dash wins it. First place.
Look at that.
Against stellar competition, unfortunately I did not prevail in stock class and open class at the Ohio Mini4WD Grand Prix. But you know what? Here's the thing. If you don't go against the best, you're never going to be the best. So that's my motto in that. So here I've tried these two cars in stock class, and they were plenty fast, and they had potential for getting into the finals, but unfortunately, things didn't work out the way that I had planned. So yeah, so these cars are impounded. All of these cars are impounded during the races, so you're not allowed to change the batteries during the first 3 rounds. So these 3 rounds, you're supposed to basically get points for first, second, or third place. You get 0 points if you get course out. So yeah, it's hard. Getting points to progress to the next level is hard. So had I charged these batteries in these cars correctly, these two might have fared much better than they did. This one had a shot in the knockout round, but unfortunately, because it was like running low on juice, it didn't stand a chance in the knockout round. If I had gotten 3 points in the first round like I should have, this would not even be in the knockout round, and then I would just be able to proceed from that point on. But unfortunately, that's the way the ball bounces. I had too much juice in this, and so this basically just coursed out because it had too much juice. But the second and third run, it was stellar, very stellar. It was stable, it was fast, it had just enough juice in the second and third rounds to be successful. This one here, potentially a faster car. This is Black Bear, and you know that I've raced this in Tune class, and I upgraded this to Hyperdash motor. And yeah, it is blindingly fast. It's faster than Ninja, my CFM car. But unfortunately, it was a little too fast, and it coursed out at inopportune times on the track, unfortunately. This one had the potential to give me 9 points. So 3 points for first in each heat, and 9 points is the maximum you can get after 3 rounds. This one had the potential of giving me 9 points, but unfortunately did not deliver. I think I got 6 points on this one, if I'm not mistaken. So the first round, I just got 0 because this coursed out. That's the way the ball bounces. So we had to charge up the batteries and then place them on the table to be picked up and raced. So what I did was I estimated the time of charging and the time of racing, and I said, okay, I'm going to increase the voltage by this much so that as the races kind of like happen, then the voltage would dissipate to potentially the ideal charge that I kind of estimated for these. And unfortunately, I overestimated. So I should have like lowered my estimation by like 0.3, 0.4 volts on each of these, and I think everything would have been fine then. Unfortunately, I overestimated what the voltage should be, so my fault on that. There are over 30 cars on this table.
Oh yeah, we still have them.
Before we add our
Yes, very, very cool. And so yeah, we have some stock class cars in here too.
Yeah.
For those people who don't really know stock class, what's going to happen? I don't know. We're going to find out. See you soon.
I'll get your idea running so you can ride it. John?
Claire, turn off your car. Wait, we're in round 2 already?
Yeah.
Round 2.
Not that I'm not paying attention, you know.
Fast as we can.
parking.
Alright, Albert, blue in lane 1, my silver bullet, lane 2, Doug, Rory, lane 3.
What I really like about this track is the fact that if the car flips backwards, then you have a lot of time to be able to grab the car. So that would prevent like head-on collisions. So it's very, very thoughtfully put together. So a very nice track. So this is the finals. We have Doug, we have Shell, and we have Josh.
Keith, you want to give us the 1, 2, 3, drop!
Shell is the way to go. So for open class, I had Grim Reaper and Red Tang. So this one, this one had a potential of getting me into the finals, but unfortunately, against stellar competition, I was racing against Doug in the second round, and racing against Doug and Shell in the third round. And so my points weren't as high as they could have been if I had gotten a different sort of randomization order. So yeah, this had a potential of giving me 9 points, but unfortunately I got 6 points total at the end of 3 rounds on this one. And in the knockout round, this just wasn't fast enough because it ran out of juice. So yeah, but here's the funny thing. People haven't seen the potential of this car yet. Some of you have, but I didn't pump this up all the way in terms of juice or motor power. This has a Hyperdash motor in it. So imagine what it'll be like with a Mach Dash motor. This is very stable, this car here. This is super stable, and when you do a drop test on it, it basically lands flat. So there you go. Very, very cool, right? This is my Grim Reaper. It still has like a little bit of a bounce. Sometimes it lands pretty flat. But yeah, considering the fact that like it is a VZ chassis, and considering it's got all of these things, like, yeah, the mushroom pivot on the rear, and the AT bumper in the front, and body damper, and my own tail damper design, you know, like, it did pretty well, I think. And I really wanted to enter this one because this was like, it's almost getting to be my jalopy car, right? So I can honestly say that I've worked a lot with this kind of stuff now, right? The car catcher material. So a lot of you know that I've built entire systems based on car catcher material. Like you can see it in Scooby-Doo. So let me just point it out here. Scooby-Doo has a body damper that's in a reverse kind of way, and it is a fast car. It's a, wait, it's more of a quick car than a fast car. Let's just put it that way. It's fast when it needs to be. And so, yeah, a lot of you know that I like to innovate. I like to make special designs that nobody else comes up with. And so, yeah, if I could like win or get close to winning with a non-conventional car, that warms my heart more than winning with like a conventional car, like Red Tang. So yeah, my hope was that something like my jalopy car would have fared better. But oh well, that's the way the ball bounces. So Grim Reaper, unfortunately, I think it got 0 points, or maybe it got 3 points. It coursed out first 2 rounds, and I'm not sure what happened the third round. It may have coursed out again, but yeah. And then Red Tang, like I said, against stellar competition, it just had enough points to get into the knockout round. But really, I think it should have proceeded into the finals had I gotten different randomization. But oh well, yeah. So it was a lot of fun at the Ohio Mini4WD Drive races. It's a stellar track. I'll put it up on screen, and you'll see that, yeah, all of these little obstacles that you see there, there's that incline, right? That incline that's number 3, the power tower. It says climb the power tower through banking and high-speed curves. Momentum is key. And then the number 7, the Wright Brothers slope. Side-by-side slopes. Balance and timing decide your speed. Yeah, so jumping off of that Wright Brothers slope, you have to land perfectly so that it lands before the chicane, the curve right there. And then once it negotiates the chicane, then it goes around that loop right there back towards the start. And so yeah, a lot of people were basically coursing out after the Wright Brothers slope. I think that was like the only major challenge in this whole thing. Some people got stuck in that very first loop-the-loop right there because they were going a little too fast, so you can't go that fast. People like Doug and Shell, they were going super fast, and you can say that I actually went super fast as well, but I still had to control the speed, right? So yes, you cannot teach speed. That is totally true. I have said that in my previous videos. You have to make sure that your motors are broken in properly. You have to lower the voltages so that you tame the speed. Once you tame the speed, then you have a more controlled car. And hopefully everything on the car will be more stable than not, and then you'll be able to traverse the obstacles with no issues. So yeah, Doug is a master of that. So Doug from D Pit Stop, master of that. He's totally awesome. Shell is a master of that. Totally awesome. And yeah, I got some of these items from Shell Shock. These are Cape Master capes. So he designed these. And yeah, they're pretty darn cool. There's different kinds of capes for different purposes. One of the capes allows you to do a nosedive land, and another one has like a more even land. So yeah, he's got these 2 that I was able to procure from him, and that's very cool. And yeah, I didn't come away with nothing from the whole thing. I won the raffles. So I won 2 raffle prizes. There were a lot of great prizes there, everything from Mini4WD Drive kits to RC cars, like large boxes of RC cars and models and stuff like that. I think those were RC cars, maybe they were models. But yeah, there was like lots of good stuff. There were parts, also in a parts bag. I think everybody was like coveting the parts bags. Yeah, there were 2 of them that they were giving away. But yeah, I got this, the Night Hunter, which is like kind of based on Knight Rider, on Kit from Knight Rider, the car. And also, I got this. It's a very coveted prize. It is the 3mm setting board. And this setting board, very thick setting board here, is worth $97. Very cool. What the heck do you use a setting board for, you might ask? Well, it provides you with a super flat surface so that you can see what's going on with your car, right? You can see if there's some sort of a potential twist going on with your chassis, right? So you want to make sure that all 4 wheels are flat on the board. And also, yeah, it provides you with a nice stable surface so that you can set your cars on and tweak your parts, and yeah, very cool. They also have a smaller version of this that's for sale, and the smaller version has like measurements for angles for your rollers, the front rollers, and yeah, measurement guides as well. Pretty darn cool, yes. So yes, even though I didn't win any prizes, I had lots of fun at Ohio Mini4WD Drive Grand Prix. I met a lot of awesome people, a lot of very formidable racers. All the teams there, they brought their best foot forward, their best cars forward, and they were racing like champs. So yeah, a lot of them learned from my videos, and that was really cool that they recognized who I was. And yeah, they took the knowledge that they learned and they applied it and they came away with some super fast cars. Very, very cool. So for long races like this, you might want to consider a light dash motor because the power consumption on that is only 2.2 amps, I believe, for the maximum, whereas with Hyper Dash and Mach Dash, you're looking at 3 amps or 3.5 amps max, and that's a lot of current consumption. You want to try to conserve your current as much as possible, especially for races where your cars are impounded and you are not allowed to change your batteries during the impounding process, especially in multiple round races. So it's a good idea to use a light dash motor in at least one of your cars to play it safe. So what I ended up doing was I just went for broke. I go for broke, and I saw that, hey, Doug is racing. So the only thing I can do is I can't play conservative and fast. I have to play fast and faster. And so that's what I did. I had my conservative car and my fast cars ready, and then Doug came and I was like, okay, I got to pull out all stops. I have to go fast, but I also have to go faster because I know that Doug is fast. So in order to keep up with him, I have to make sure that my cars go as fast as possible and maybe pray that like I get a break, right? So yeah, it doesn't always happen, but I get a break every now and again. And yeah, that's how you beat Doug. You got to get a break. So with Shell is very consistent. So yeah, it's very hard to beat Shell. Shell is like, he's basically a sensei. So yeah, Shell's got a lot of knowledge and a lot of mini four-wheel drive stuff. He's got a lot of experiential knowledge, which is equal to or sometimes greater than formal sensei knowledge. So yeah, having all this experiential knowledge, you have to kind of like be obsessed with this. That's how you learn, the way he learns. He knows like every little nitty-gritty about things, and it's very impressive, his knowledge. His knowledge is what I'll call like vast, right? and yeah, I think about a lot of things all the time too, but he had some formal training, and then he had this experiential training, and that really like amped up his knowledge. Me, I don't know, I didn't have much formal training. I'm getting some formal training every now and again, but really most of my knowledge is experiential. So I kind of like learn by doing, and I make a lot of mistakes, but sometimes those mistakes are like happy accidents that end up being good. So I have a different way of learning, I think. But yeah, on occasion, people sit down with me and they just tell me what I'm doing wrong, and then when I finally think about it and go, hey, you're right. That's when the light bulb suddenly turns on and clicks. So yeah, so that's how I learn. I have to learn kind of by myself, I think, because I have to kind of prove it to myself, and I want to kind of discover it myself too, which, like, I think I've impressed some of you with some of my knowledge, right? Because it's like, it's not stuff that I basically pulled out of thin air. It's stuff that I thought about from all the different disciplines that I know. And I said to myself, well, if I apply what I know from these disciplines to mini four-wheel drive, maybe it'll work. And yeah, that's how I go about my day, thinking about all of the ideas that I think about. And usually, not always, but usually, what I know does apply to mini four-wheel drive. And it's kind of cool when it does. And sometimes these things are things that even the masters didn't think about. And that's pretty cool. They may not be the most efficient way of doing things, but they are still valid in their own right. They're still usable, and I think that if you continue going down that path with something that might seem off the wall, like I have invented or come up with, then you might come up with something that is super innovative by your own thinking, right? So like you might come up with something that's like based off of something that I'm thinking, and you might come up with a totally different like strain of thought. And you might say to yourself, well, wait, let's try this. And if it works, you're the one who invented it. And I think that's what's cool about using your own knowledge, using your own experiences to try to increase the wealth of knowledge that is mini four-wheel drive. I think if everybody learns from the same formal set of rules, then everybody's going to come out with like a lot of cookie cutter cars that all look the same. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just, I think it's cooler if you can come up with a design that nobody else came up with. Like, for example, my Flexiplate design for the rear of some of my open class cars. Like, I came up with that totally by myself. I thought to myself, what can I do to make this thing my own? And even though it's going to be kind of wacky, it's going to work. And that's how I came up with my car catcher body dampers. I thought to myself, if I use this, it's going to be a lightweight material to make my car so light that I could like compete very favorably against heavier cars. So if I made my cars fast and light, they have to be able to fly. They have to be able to go faster than the fast, heavy cars. And I've proven this already. Like, I went toe-to-toe against podium cars using these weird gimmicks that I came up with. So everything that I come up with on my own, like, some of that stuff has value. Some of the stuff maybe just be like, oh, okay, it doesn't work, so we throw it out. But you can also modify what you've done and create something totally brand new. So yeah, it's the thought process that's important, I think. And the fact that you're always trying to innovate. I think that is what this hobby is all about. The innovation process, not the, oh, step 1, step 2, step 3. I think that's boring. I think for me, I have to come up with something like, okay, why are we doing step 3 when we can do this other thing that seems to be more efficient than step 3? I'm going to put that other thing in there, even though nobody else is doing it so far. I'm going to do it, and I'm going to see if it works. And if it works, you're the grandmaster of that gimmick or that item that you've developed. Yeah, and that's pretty darn cool. And I think that if we have more people creating more gimmicks, I think that adds to the wonderfulness, if that's a word, wonderfulness of Mini 4-wheel drive racing. So I'd like to thank Josh and Heath and the owner of Hobbytown Reynoldsburg for hosting an awesome, awesome event, Ohio Mini 4-wheel drive Grand Prix. And every month they have races there. So go check them out. Yes, and go check out the store because it has lots of really cool stuff. So yeah, very, very cool. So everybody, if you like this video, please slam the like button, subscribe to my channel. You'll see more videos just like this one. Until next time, everybody, see you. Bye.